Hi, hello.
Hello? Hello?
Is this Timothy?
Yes, this is him.
Can you hear me properly, bro?
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. So this is Tommy Bryson. This call is gonna be recorded and potentially uploaded. You cool?
Yes, sir.
All right. How can I help, man?
You and I talked, maybe it was about 6 or 7 months ago. We already had a call. We were talking about social anxiety. I was gonna propose to my fiance, or my now fiance. I don't know if you remember.
You from Texas, something?
I was moving to Texas, but I was in Michigan.
Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
so
6 to 7 months. What has happened, bro? What did I tell you and what happened?
everything's been crazy, man. We actually finally moved to Texas about a month ago.
Okay.
I ended up proposing back in April. I think that's when we talked.
Okay.
So that went really well. I ended up leaving my job,
Okay.
so that was good. And then I also around that time is when I had the trucking company. I bought myself out of the company a little bit before I came to Texas,
Okay.
so that was a bit of a relief. And then my YouTube channel got monetized as well.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, a lot has happened since then. And I also I took your advice and I invested in Graham Stephan's course.
The YouTube one.
Yep, his real
Nice.
estate academy course. Yep. So I've been focusing in on that and just really been focusing on YouTube and just taking time for myself.
So you live in Texas now, right?
Yep.
You proposed, so you got the fiance, live in
Yep.
Texas, left the job, buy yourself out of the company, and now your YouTube has been monetized. So what
Yes.
is your current situation? How you make money?
Right now, I mean, I just have the honestly just the YouTube, and I'm just relaxing right now.
Uh,
I'm gonna do Turo in the future. I'm just waiting on my plates and everything to come in from my vehicle.
But who do you live with in Texas though?
Just me and my fiance. We ended up getting an apartment.
Yeah, but so you make enough money from YouTube to cover your bills?
My first month, yeah, it was actually more than it was basically double my rent.
That's pretty awesome. So what's the plan, and how can I help?
So the plan is to grow the YouTube. I'll probably pick up a job just to make more money. But it's honestly I'm really focusing on YouTube, man, and I think that it can be my everyday life. Is basically what I'm aiming to do.
Okay. And what does your fiance do?
She has her own business. She does websites, so she develops websites for companies,
Does she
and
make money?
yes, she has passive income coming in, and then she also has a beauty line. Like she does eyelash extensions.
How
She
much does
does
she
a
make per
bunch.
month?
She How much does she make per month?
Yeah.
Makes about 2,000 a month.
And on the low months, how much is the low months?
I'm sorry.
The low months.
That's for past. That's as far as her website. So anything for her business, as far as doing lashes, is just extra. But
Okay.
so she has that 2,000 a month now. She has to build up her client base back up for her business. So her other business isn't doing anything now.
Okay. And what are your bills? Monthly bills?
About how much? 1,400. A little bit over 2,000.
All right. So I want you to get like a short figure on these things, okay? Okay. Here's what I will say, right? So it sounds like Tommy, I left my job, I've got things started, I'm in a new place, and now I'm just working on YouTube and trying to make things work out, and hopefully things work out. Make sense? Sounds good?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
My fiance has her like a side business. She does the website stuff, but she also has like a whole beauty thing. But she needs to build up her client base again because we moved somewhere different, right?
Correct.
Here's my thing, right? YouTube is amazing. You can make a lot of money from it. What's your niche again?
Basically, the same business, finance.
Okay. So you can go from making a lot of money to making, for example, a little bit of money, right? It just
Right.
fluctuates. That's how things work here on YouTube. So one thing about me was, right, before YouTube even got monetized for me, I was still making like around between $6,000 to $8,000 a month from my other business, right? So when I
Mhm.
was doing YouTube, till this very day, I'm about to touch the YouTube money for the first time ever now to actually like buy a home for cash, right? But I never touched the actual YouTube money Because the
Mhm.
thing is, right, if you are very successful with YouTube, and maybe you can be, you know what I'm saying? If you work very hard, you post all the content, you do all the work, I strongly believe you can, right? But if you do that, you can make a lot of money in a small period of time, but all that money that you make is basically almost for like a lifetime in case things don't work out in the future. And the big scare that I get from a lot of people is that they make a lot of money, they spend a lot of money, and then all of a sudden they ain't got no money when things like stop working out. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have
Right.
like this to not to kind of like put it in a solid place is you have to have a very positive outlook on YouTube while having also, for example, a very pessimistic outcome on the income. So you work hard as everything's gonna work out, but you also like behind the scenes, you're stacking up your bread to make sure like you're gonna be solid in case anything changes. Make sense?
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah. So I remember when I was posting 4 to 5, 6 videos a day on YouTube between all the channels, I still had free time. How many videos are you posting per day?
Just one. Honestly, I'm ramping it up this week to 2 a week. I've only been doing 1 a week.
So you don't have to ramp up anything. If it's working, it's working. If you want to do more, that's fine. That's the way I went to kind of get there a lot faster. But if you're doing 2 a week, what that tells me is you should have extra time to work on something else or do more content or whatever it is. But I would use that extra time to build up, for example, a secured like income while you work on the other thing. That's what I did. That was my whole thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't want to cut you off, but I didn't tell you this as well, but I've been in the trucking industry for 3 years. I'm actually going to build another business, like doing dispatching.
And by the way, I did a video on trucking and it got a lot of views. So if you're doing trucking stuff, potentially start sharing some of that information. You can make probably like 10, 20 videos off of that stuff potentially. If like your overall niche is like on finance and money, you can make a few videos off of that. Maybe like not a lot because you don't want to turn into a trucking business channel. That's a little different. But you can make a
Mhm.
video about how to start a trucking business and then make like a full like almost course length video, and you can potentially get some views off of that. Make like a PDF, make a course of it off of it also, and that's also like a lot of money. Make sense?
Yeah, that's funny you said that because that's the video that blew me up was basically how to start a trucking company. And
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. You just gotta keep riding and riding it, bro. Ride the wave, keep adjusting, keep the titles fresh, keep the thumbnails fresh. And if you're working on the trucking on the side and that makes you a good amount of money, you'll be able to operate YouTube without like having like this fear base. And if you can make like how much were you making before off of trucking per month?
gross or net?
Net. Always net.
Net, net about 10 to 15.
A month?
Yep.
Yeah, bro. So if you can go back to making $10,000 to $15,000 a month net, which is an insane amount of money, that covers basically all of your expenses. It gives you savings. You don't have any debt, right?
No.
Okay. So that covers basically all of your expenses, builds up your emergency fund. You were to start investing like crazy, start saving up for a home, saving up for your wedding, and all these extra things. Do you remember, how old are you, by the way? Again, I forgot.
I'm only 24.
Bro,
We're the
you're the
same.
same. Yeah, that's crazy. I remember you now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So look, that's awesome, man. I'm happy for you. So what I would do is, if you're doing the trucking on the side and you're like 24 years old and you can make like $10,000 in a bad month and you're still doing YouTube on the side also, if you can do both, even better. And then I would only replace like trucking completely with YouTube when YouTube makes me, for example, almost like an equal amount for at least 18 months or so, because I want to make sure that money is basically secured. And when you can actually say like, hey, I have this course for trucking, this thing right here for trucking, and then you can make that passive income at the same time. Does that make sense? Oh, and potentially you can just get like 2, 3 trucks and then just have it like somebody else driving it for you and making some money that way too.
Right. I'm gonna do it. I don't know if you're super familiar. I'm gonna do it like backwards now. Like since buying the company, I'm gonna do it with less overhead, like dispatching. So I would just basically book the loads for everyone, and instead of being,
Oh,
you know,
isn't that a little bit more complex as far as like what you need to get to actually do that?
not really. It's less that you need to do to get started. Less money. It's kind of a headache, but you can work anywhere in the world as long as you have the. It's
Yeah.
about building relationships. That's all it is.
That's solid, man. So if you're able to do that from anywhere, right? From your home basically.
Hmm.
It gives you flexibility as also as far as YouTube. So yeah, that's awesome, man. So what I would start like thinking about, Timothy, is just think about like the big expenses you're gonna have. So wedding, house, retirement. And when you look at the money you're making now, which is a good amount of money, but when you see those things like, okay, so $200,000 on a house to $300,000, 20,000 on a wedding to maybe like 25, maybe less, depending on how you guys want to do it. Kids, a lot of money. Retirement to make, for example, 2,000, whatever you want to make in passive income. Okay, I need $500,000 in there. So when you start looking at all these big picture numbers, the goal is going to become very clear. So while you have this massive income now, appreciate it, but keep your expenses the same. Maybe have like 2% for yourself and her, like to like go out, do whatever you want to do, but start saving up for the big things, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I would do, and that's what I'm currently doing too.
No. I don't. No, I bought myself out of the company before moving here, so I just basically have the money from the buyout, and my partner, my former partner, is still running the business. I don't know if that confused you. I'm sorry.
How much cash do you have?
Right now, like, not much.
How much do you have?
uh, just like close to like 20,000.
Yeah, that's pretty trash. And I say it's trash because you were making $10,000, $15,000, so that's super trash. So
Right.
the good thing is though, you have no debt. So I would probably just if you're spending $2,000, take $12,000, set it aside for emergencies. Don't touch it. Take the other $8,000 left. You guys have cars and everything, right? You guys are solid with that, right?
Yes. Yep. I just got hers is paid off, and I just actually got a vehicle that I was gonna use for like Turo and.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, be careful again with the tour stuff, right? Because when you start doing the whole tour thing and you're like financing here, financing there, when things don't work out or things go bad because you're financing, you're leveraging so much, you can basically like go out dry. So that's
Right.
it's not really my style, but it could be your style. But it's not for me though. It's not what I teach.
Oh yeah, I'm totally understandable. I just have a few mentors who are doing it as well, so I kind of have good
Mhm.
guidance on it.
Mhm. It's up to you, man. It's up to you on what road you want to pick. But yeah, if I were you, 20,000, 12,000 for emergencies. Take the other 8,000 if I need that to start like my whole like business on the side with the truck and stuff. Okay, great to get everything started and fully running. And then all the rest of the money that I'm getting, bro, I'm just stacking up. Because remember, right? If you make 10 to 15,000 in the next 12 months, if you're doing very good on YouTube, that could potentially be like another $10,000 a month to $20,000 a month. And with that money, you were just living off of like $2,000 a month. So you're basically making like $30,000, $20,000. That's like basically like 10 times, like what you make in a month is gonna be like 10 times what you basically need. So it's like every month is like 10 months actually that you actually get paid. So just like stack up, stack up, stack up. And the way I do things, a lot of people choose to like maximize income, maximize investments, but I choose to maximize security in the sense like, okay, I'm
Hmm.
gonna buy this home, pay it off in cash. I don't have that anymore. I have my retirement account that makes me, let's say, like 20, 30, $40,000 a year, right? From like
Hmm.
the interest rate I get from it. Okay, great. And then I have the passive income, I have the paid off home, which mathematically doesn't make sense because you'll be like, why not put that money into like some stocks or whatever? But I rather have that because that way like you have such a strong foundation that to knock you off, it's impossible. Okay?
Definitely.
But I'm super happy for you, bro. I'm super, super
Thank
happy
you.
for you.
I appreciate it, man. I always use your channel and stuff for motivation. I did have two questions as well for you. I don't know if you
Go
have
ahead,
time to
man.
answer. So number one, so like I said, my video blew up as far as the trucking. I did like I think 3 or 4 videos on trucking, and then I like went away from it because I don't want my channel to be just about trucking. I
People
want
say
to
that. People say that, but then like when you really think about it, when you go to a YouTube channel, do you go to their feed to pick a video or do you just get recommended stuff? So like YouTube is not really that anymore. It's not like you're gonna have like a trucking channel. People get recommended the content that YouTube thinks they're actually gonna like. So I doubt like making some more like trucking videos are gonna make you like a trucking channel. You know what I mean?
right. That's understandable for sure.
Go ahead though.
Um, no worries. Then also, I'm
That was your what was your
about 80.
question?
The question was, what do you
Yeah.
think as far as that? Do you think it would be fine for me to like branch out and do other videos as well? Like some of my other videos aren't doing as well as the trucking videos are, but they still have like a little bit of traffic. Like for example,
Oh,
my video, 3 of my trucking videos, one of them has over 300,000 views, one of them has seventy
nice.
six thousand views, and then the other one has like 30,000 views.
Okay.
and then my other videos have like 2 or 3 thousand.
Okay. Here's the thing, right? Where if you notice, like all YouTubers, like it's just like the Pareto principle, 80-20. So 80% of all the money is usually going to come from 20% of the content we actually have. It's just the way things work. So you have
Mm-hmm.
like you can make 1,000 videos, but usually like those 200 videos are the ones going to be paying everything. The rest is like the work you got to do to actually find those videos. So it's like a part of the game. So if you were posting a lot more, it would be different. But the way I would mix it up would be like, okay, I'm gonna make one hot video per week. That's like the trendy stuff, whether it's like, oh my gosh, crypto, oh my gosh, real estate, oh my gosh, the market is crashing, and I hate those videos, but it's like you have to do those nonsense. I can't stand it. And then you can do like evergreen content, which I love, but it kind of gets a little boring. And evergreen content is content that you make that can always be like search is always gonna be necessary. It's gonna be fun, like oh how to budget, like how to pay off your debt, like like content like that. That's always gonna be searched, so that's great. And then you can throw in, for
Yo,
example, like more like a business video also, like how to build this business, whether it's trucking or whatever it is. And that would be like 3 videos a week, which that's what I'll probably be working towards because that's more like the standard. Because even me, Kevin is doing like every day. Um, Graham is doing like 3 days. I think the only person that can get away with posting like once a month is Nate, and it's because he just has like a whole bunch of channels he doesn't really talk about.
you said, oh, I was wondering why he doesn't post very
Yeah,
often.
that guy is lit, man. I like him a lot. But yeah, that's what I would do, man.
So you
Like
said SEO type videos, which is like what
evergreen.
people are searching for. Evergreen, okay.
Evergreen
But
content is like when you make you took the what Graham Stephan course did you take? The YouTube course or like the real estate course? They're different ones.
the YouTube course, but for some reason it's called the Real Estate Academy.
Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, the YouTube course on evergreen content is like when you make content that's always going to be searchable, always going to be helpful and applicable no matter the year. And then hot, trendy content is like that content that you're going to make. You're going to get a good amount of views on it, which brings in new viewers to the channel to basically feed all the other videos. That's what you're basically getting. But but that actual video is gonna be dead in less than a week. Like no more views again because it's just basically like now and then never again is anybody gonna care about it. And then you can have like a business video, whether it's like on trucking. But one thing I would do, bro, because you have like for example, I'm building a course on personal finance. So
Hmm.
that's why I do these free calls to kind of like hear from different people to make sure it applies to everyone and it makes sense. And it does. So that's why I'm building it. But if you have that skill when it comes to trucking, I would recommend take a trucking course, even though you know it. It'll cost like $200, $400 on YouTube or like from somebody from YouTube that you actually trust. And make sure it has like a
Yep.
refund policy in case it sucks. And then see exactly how they built it. Like what's their modules, like what are they missing, what don't they know, and then you build a course on it. So when you are making those like trucking videos or whatever, you plug those things
Hmm.
in, and that's like $200 every time somebody buys it. Make sense?
That's crazy because that's been like kind of my mind. That's been in the back of my mind. I'm actually about to invest in another one. I've already invested in one of them, but
In another
that's,
course,
yeah, I invested in like 3 courses total. I always invest in courses to
or do you take
up my
them?
knowledge. Yes, I finished the trucking one already, and then the Graham one. My fiance and I we're almost done with it as well.
Awesome. So I wouldn't buy another one until I'm done with that one. So, but when you
Yeah,
do
I'm not.
buy it,
Yeah,
instead of taking it as a student only, take it as a competitor because it's a different mindset.
okay.
And when you go to my channel, you can be like a fan of it, but take it as a competitor too. What's Tommy doing? What can I do better? What is people saying that they want to see but he can't make because he's too big right now or he's not doing it right now? Like what are his most popular videos? What can I do there? I have a very abundant mentality when it comes to YouTube, so that's why I don't really care about secrets. Like things are what they are. That's why I give you everything. But yeah, use a competitor mentality. Make sense?
Definitely. And then one more question for you, man.
Go ahead, bro.
If you don't mind. So, I, in Graham's course, he said the SEO basically when you're going to do a video, let's say, 5 books to read. Once you search that in, look at all the titles that are showing up that are recommended. Um, for your videos, I don't want to get too personal on your channel, but like, how do you find like videos to do? Do you look at older videos of people or most recent? If that makes sense.
Um.
Because
So
I remember because
when
you
I
told
was
me
go
before
ahead.
that you're not gonna make like you're not gonna make your own new video. Everyone has videos. You get what I'm saying? I don't remember exactly what you said, but there's videos out there for everything. You're not gonna make one video that you're basically copying everyone. Not copying, but
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's fine.
yeah.
So here's what you need to know, right? If you do that, which is like, I want to clarify, right? Copying would be, for example, you make a video, I watch your video, I get your script, I
Yeah.
remake the video. That's bad. Don't do that.
You
You make
told
a
me to
video.
click.
No. I told you that.
No, you told me to go click on the video, read the comment. Don't watch the video.
Exactly.
Read the comments, do a better thumbnail.
And you can read the description too, right? Do a better thumbnail, take like some of the information, and then you add to it, right? That's like I learned that, believe it or not, when I was actually taking a PhD workshop. That's where that idea comes from. It's not my idea. I don't have any good ideas, any new ideas or whatever. So they taught us research is like that, right? Because you're not gonna have a breakthrough. Breakthroughs happen through the accumulation of information and knowledge. So when Timothy makes this video and he missed out this part, well, my video is going to have that part, and then grandma's going to add this part, and then before you know it, somebody at some point is going to make a fully accumulated, like, full video on it, and that's going to be amazing. So the way I did it when I was actually looking for videos and posting like daily, the big thing is, when you're looking for ideas and you're making content, you get ideas literally everywhere. You have too many ideas and not enough time to actually do it. So I don't believe you have like a lack of ideas unless you start overthinking everything, because I don't overthink. It's like, if I see this idea and I like it, I'm interested in it, I make the video if it can help someone, because I only focus on helping one person. That's the way I kind of like do things. So yeah, you can get ideas from going to somebody's channel, looking at the most popular content, saying like, oh, that video did well, what can I add to it? Can I bring anything else to the table? It already has a verified audience, so I can recreate that. I know it's going to get me some views also. I get ideas when I, for example, do SEO search. So for example, when you type something on YouTube like how to do money, you'll see like the whole tab pop up with everything people like search for, and those are all ideas. You remember, right? YouTube is like Google. So people are searching things. You'll get views by making content about things that people are interested in actually searching for. So you make that content about what people are actually searching for. It's that simple. I get ideas from reading books, get ideas from taking courses. I can't read a single book where in like less than 10 pages, I don't have at least 2-3 ideas, because you're always finding out something new that you learn and somebody doesn't know and you want to share it. Does that make sense?
Definitely.
So yeah, you'll have, when you start doing, for example, 3 videos a week, and maybe you run something else, like, but do the course, bro. The courses, because the thing about, don't be reliant like I was for the beginning of it, because you get paid a lot of money, honestly, on Google AdSense. Google AdSense is great, but it's temporary. Things can change. But if you get like 1,000 views on a video and you have like a 2% conversion, 2%, and people buy, for example, that's 20 people, right, that buy your $200 course, it's a lot of money. But if you just rely, for example, on YouTube paying you AdSense, but now they're gonna lower you by a lot. Does that make sense? So do the content, make the courses to expand your avenues of income. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
That's what I would do, Timothy.
Definitely. I appreciate it, man.
All right, man. You gotta call me back when you get married, bro.
I got you.
And by the way, what's your channel, man? Shout it out.
Timothy Williams Jr. Literally my whole name.
All right, bro. I'll check you out too. Still some of your ideas.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, appreciate you, man. Peace out.
Have a good one.
All right, guys. So that is what I love to do, man. When you guys might think that, yo, Tommy, you got like secrets, you don't share them. You can ask anyone that talks to me. Like I just give things out as they are, because like there aren't any secrets. Like everything is on Google and like on a video. Like I don't believe in secrets. Like I really do believe like in abundance and all that extra stuff. So that's the way I see it, and I say how I see it, and it's that simple. And I love hearing stories where somebody goes from like I was here, Tommy, now I'm here, Tommy, and that's awesome. I love seeing success. One thing that I would point out, okay, Timothy, there's something called I forgot what it's called. I think it's called like it's a principle that says basically, as your income increases, so do your expenses. Be very careful with that, because if you're making $10,000 to $15,000, and I know you bought yourself out of your company or whatever, which is fine, but I'm guessing it's not for like what you made overall, right? So to only have like 20K left over is probably not that good. So as you make more money from YouTube, As you make money, for example, by doing trucking, I think it's more like trucking logistics or whatever it is, then use that money to invest and save for the important things, but don't raise your expenses. That is very, very bad. I forgot what the principle is, but you want to be very careful with that, because YouTube, it can stop tomorrow. The trucking industry, if something changes, you could lose that job potentially too. You know what I'm saying? So just prepare yourself for the worst, and then you'll never have to worry about the worst, because you'll be like super, super safe. And that's the way I see it. I'll see you guys tomorrow though. Thanks for watching. If you want to call me, join me on these calls for free. The link is down below. More content is up here. My face is up here. Click and subscribe. My Instagram is here. And as always, long-term team out. Follow me on Instagram at Tommy Bryson. Peace.